then digital technology. Those are important areas for this government. The area of healthcare, between the last time we met and now, we continue to receive agencies, international agencies, who are interested in what we are doing. Not too long ago, we had a medical mission from two groups, extended hands and lifted hands from the United States of America. And the mission they visited me actually put a lot of things on the table, and we're engaging with them, particularly in the area of our proposed city. We have set up a committee working on the medical city, and we meet every other Friday at a point where we have identified a location for the medical city. And very soon we will flag off the project. Like I've said, it is going to be one of our signature projects. And the whole idea is to reverse medical tourism to Nigeria State. We are committing everything into building a state-of-the-art medical city. Details will be furnished in due course. In terms of education, we are also moving rapidly with innovations, and then our consultants with the Ministry of Education to put all the building blocks together, and that includes skills, curriculum, and of course gaps. So that is one. We continue with our infrastructural development. A lot of roads that we have commissioned, we have flagged off under construction. Some of them have been completed between the last time we met and now, and very soon we will commission them for use. We continue to monitor a lot of the roads. We have a lot of road projects, and continue to do everything possible to ensure that the contractors keep to the terms of the contract. We have our engineers moving from site to site, ensuring compliance with the standards that are enshrined in the contracts. Not too long ago, the Honorable Minister for Works visited the state, and we expected ongoing construction or reconstruction of the Port Harcourt Urban Expressway with the two contractors, CCCC and Arab Construction, and work is ongoing there. And we believe by the end of the year, a lot of progress will have been made, if not completed. And then we move from there to Omuma Road, where we are realizing that road, that very important road, with rigid pavement technology. The minister was very pleased with the quality of work going on there. From there we move to Port Harcourt Road in Aba, where the area is still doing very well. But as a matter of fact, the managing director of the Vega was in this state 2 days ago. He visited me and expressed happiness that we are up to date payments. And also sought approval because our original understanding was that what will be divided by December this year. But according to him, they have lost a few weeks because they have been factoring some of the disruptions that they have experienced. And they are given a new delivery date of February 2025. We also visited another road, Ogoya Rouge, and a few other places that were working in the park. The other jobs from Onwaya all the way to Onafia are going on as scheduled. Nonya, the Subado is also going on. I'm glad to report that the part of the Benedict Onafia Arachubu, the road that was awarded by the federal government sometime in 2012 or 2013, and have been abandoned. We got reports that the bridge called the Dominical Bridge was almost caving, and we had gone to make a representation to the federal government through the Minister of Works. And just a few days ago, the Minister of Works had given us approval to walk on that road so that people are not cut off. So very soon, the tender process will start and we will take over the road. We are also happy that one of our football clubs, the Abia Warriors, did us proud. For the first time, they qualified the President FA Cup and came second. They almost took the trophy. A few days ago, we hosted them, celebrated them, and wished them well. I'm sure, like I told them, that the sky is not even their limit. So it's all good news from every sector. We have had a few security challenges. Glad to report that we are on top of everything security in this state. Our people with the security circle have been asked to double their efforts. The Operation Rush has acquired more lethal power, more vehicles, and more men. So I'm sure you are feeling your presence. And reports reaching is that they've been able to smoke out a lot of criminal gangs in every part of the state. So I believe all is well. We continue to grapple with challenges, managing our activities in the financial side of things, because we met a very poor state of account, state of books. We will continue to pay down on matured and maturing obligations. So far, we've been able to operate without borrowing a company. Like I've always said, our training makes it imperative that wherever we can manage, it's better to manage than to sink into debt, particularly when you are already debt-ridden. But we have quite a few offers. Some of them are very tempting, and we believe that at the appropriate time, we will access them. We are working on the African Development Bank facility. We're also working on the Islamic Development Bank facility. But so far, we have not accessed any of them. The terms are generous, and we believe that when we need them, that we'll be able to access them. So I can say that the state of the state is healthy. We will continue to put our eye on the ball, because we are just a sub-national, and whatever we do, it will be affected by the national economy. And we all know where we are, the national economy. We did so far so good that we would round up at this point and hand over to the moderators so that we can take your questions. Once again, really thank you for joining. Thank you that joined us from your homes. I pray that it is well with everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency. At this point, I will hand over the microphone to the moderators, Moses Ben and Vivian Chima.
Good evening, Your Excellency. Thanks. Okay, thank you so much. Good evening, Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Abia State, Dr. Alex OTTI. Good evening, distinguished colleagues. Of course, this is another of Governor Alex OTTI speaks to Abians. My name is Vivian Chima, and my colleague right here. Okay, you all know how we do these things. We allow questions from the press. Of course, our listeners and viewers are at home and even in diaspora right now. So we allow questions, and it comes sequentially in order and by arrangements. So we take questions from the brains. The brains comes first. The radio comes second. The television comes third, and the online comes fourth. So right about now, we welcome questions from the brains. So your hands can be up right now. Okay. Please say your name and the media you represent.
Good evening, Your Excellency. Oji is of the New Telegraph. My question is just before my question, as a reminder, in the last 2 editions of this program, you promised to look into the salary disparity of teachers in the primary schools, and all the salaries for all of them, and they don't get it. So that's maybe you what we need to know, what you have done in that regard or intend to do. Then my own question now is the issue of minimum wage. Because I remember your promise that as soon as the federal government concludes with the labor there and decide on what, and then you will be among the first to comply. What is the situation now that they have concluded? Thank you.
Your Excellency, I want to pass a quick reminder. When we ask these questions, we try to make them concise because of time. Thank you very much. So, okay.
Right, just to remind us that we are live on this year. 88.1 FM. We are live on Flow 94.9 FM. We are live on Family Love 99.9 FM. We are live on Magic 102.9 FM. We are live on AM 94.3 FM. Vision Africa 104.1 FM. Real FM 99.1 FM.
Okay, we are also live on Sun FM 91.3 Ibere. We're also live on Sun FM 91.9 Aba, Zik 96.3 FM, Speed 95.3 FM, Rapid 96.5 FM. We're also streaming on AF News, ABN TV, Ibere TV, and other online platforms.
Right, let us go down to the radio for the next question. I believe that. From Prince, sorry. All right. Yes, the chief there.
Your Excellency, good evening, Your Excellency, and Chief Journalist. Your Excellency, Adam Eda, Sam Obi Naibe, Sam Obi Naibe writes for Blueprint Newspaper Abuja. I'm the chairman and correspondent chapel of Fabian Region. Your Excellency, let me go by saying a few days ago, the people working with HNB, they recommended you that you will pay their salaries as when due. But unfortunately, their salaries are being slashed by some of their appointees. I don't know if you're aware of this. If not, we want to find out what Your Excellency is doing to ensure that the people that are working at HNB, they say they work for you, they campaign for you, and you are keeping to your promise of paying us at wage. But there are those who want to undermine what you are doing in that regard. Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Okay, who's next? Okay, please introduce yourself, your name and media.
Okay. My name is Henrietta Ashiko, the arrived for Nigerian Statesman. Okay. So, last Monday, the Commissioner for Information briefed journalists in Government House here, and he talked about the past government, their cronies and politicians, encroaching to lands belonging to public schools. And then there have been reaction over that. Some are applauding it and some are saying it's a witch hunt. So, sir, please, I want you to take this opportunity to comment on it. Thank you, sir.
All right, before His Excellency reacts to those questions, let's just take one from the print media before we get down to next. Please get about identify yourself and your media outlet, please. man the extreme there.
Good evening, Your Excellency. My name is Leonard Okachi. I report for News Agency of Nigeria. Your Excellency, I want to commend you first of all for what you are doing in the education sector. The taking over schools from private sector and then having them now back in government. But Your Excellency, in your previous edition, one of the editions we had here, you did say that some of the civil servants will be taken back to classroom as teachers. I don't know in this reform whether it's still part of the your plan, having those civil servants back to classroom. Thank you.
Okay, Your Excellency, you may want to react to this question now before we go back to the radio.
All right, thank you very much. Let me start with the last one. From then, thank you for the commendation. Your question is about taking civil servants to the classrooms. That policy is still on, but we tweaked it a little bit. We believe that it will be counterproductive to take people who do not have any training around teaching and send them to the classroom. We believe it may not serve the purpose. So the tweaking we did was to now identify those ones who either went through teacher training colleges or colleges of education or have some training around education, so that we are putting square pegs in square holes. So it's not a massive transfer, it's a selective transfer. So we are doing that. And to also add some sweetener to it, we are discussing a discriminatory compensation package for teachers generally. And we have also increased the retirement age already from 60 to 65. I had announced it. For next week, we also will be increasing the retirement age for nurses from 60 to 65. Henrietta Chikode, your question around the encroachment of land belonging to schools. Your comment is partially correct. Except if when we finished the investigations, we cannot say that it was people who had a relationship with the past government that were encroaching in the already identified 180 schools that suffered this encroachment. But what we can be sure of is that people in the state had encroached on schools, on the land of schools belonging to government. And it is our decision to retrieve those lands that were encroached upon and hand them back to the schools. It doesn't matter who did the encroachment. Once we are able to establish that, and I believe that you yourself should also be interested. If you went to school here and you go back to your former school, you will be amazed at what you see. So we believe it's the right thing to do. We really don't care who did it. We don't care under whose administration it was done. what we care about is that the right thing be done. So people will criticize. There's nothing you do that you will not have people criticize, particularly those who benefited from that irregularity. You won't expect them to clap when you are trying to right their wrong. Chief journalist, Sam, thank you for your question. That allegation is very, very serious. That appointees of government are slashing salary. That is a criminal offense. And I just wish you have evidence. Because when you come out to say that kind of thing, it is serious. I will react to it in a way that if it actually happened, those that did it will be shocked at what I do. We do not tolerate it. One thing that I know is that a lot of people who thought their salaries were being reduced, when we have investigated those complaints, we found out that what actually happened was that before now, an old tax rate was being applied. I think a tax rate, something about 2018 or 2019 tax rate. And there was a 2021 or 2022 law, which of course has come into effect. But I find it difficult to agree with you that somebody is pinching salaries. And how do you even do it? Because the money leaves the account of the state and hits the account of the beneficiary directly. So at what point will somebody deduct the salaries? And when you deduct, where do you take them to? Nobody gets paid by cash. So I will not say it is not true, but I will just say I find it very difficult to believe. So if you do have evidence, I would like you to share it. Igbo New Telegraph, thank you for reminding us of the salary disparity issue in some local governments. We've investigated it and we found that it is not true. What came from the accountant general is also the issue of deductions and taxes. If you were getting paid and then you also were getting some overtime payment, and the government says you are not supposed to work overtime except if there is need for that, and it is the government that will ask you to do that. So I think that's what people are mistaking for salary being deducted. So it would be nice if anybody feels his or salary is being deducted to come up with it. You can go straight either to the Commissioner for Information or the Accountant General's office so that we can look at it on a case-by-case basis. You asked a question about minimum wage. I'm happy to state that we have already set up a committee looking into the issue of minimum wage, while we still expect some more clarification from the center. The minimum wage announcement was just about the minimum wage of 70,000. What that means also is that every other person's salary will go up. So it's not going to be just the minimum minimum wage, but every other salary will be adjusted accordingly. So my team, together with the Nigerian Labour Congress and Labour General, already engaging so that we can work out a solution that is practicable and that is also within the legal resources of the state. So we are not keeping quiet. We have it at the front burner. And as we even prepare for a review of the budget after the half year and environment, we are already making provisions for increase in salaries on the basis of the new minimum wage. So thank you very much. I believe that's all the questions recorded here. Over to you, moderators.
Okay, it is still Governor OTTI's speech to Abians. And remember, this interaction is aired live right about now on BCA 88.1 FM, Flow 94.9 FM, Family Love 99.9 FM, Magic 102.9 FM, AIM by 94.3 FM, Vision Africa 104.1 FM, Real FM at 9.1.
On Rapid 96.5 FM, Speed 5.3 FM, Z 96.3 FM, 91.9 ABBA, Son FM, with 3 Iberi.
Also streaming on AFN News, ABN TV, Iberi TV, and other online platforms. Now we'll go over straight up to the radio. Who's next? Okay, just introduce yourself and the platform you represent.
Good evening, Your Excellency. My name is Imeremba. I'm the correspondent of Real FM Apa. My question is very simple, Your Excellency. It is about the last time we were here, we asked a question about the former commissioner for health. The last time she was suspended on what was termed gross misconduct. And this time she's resigned. That's what you heard last time. So the question is, since she was being investigated, has the panel turned in its report? Was she found guilty? Now, her resignation, has it anything to do with, well, let me say, if she is found guilty, will she go scot-free? That's my question, sir. Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
All right, thank you so much. Let's now take the second question. The lady in white. The lady in white. Okay. Please identify yourself and your media outfit.
Good evening.
No, the lady in white. Yes, there was happening here. Sorry, I could not see you immediately again. Maybe something happened.
Good evening. My name is Anastasia Uchenna. I work for Magic FM Aba. Mr. Governor, sir, on Tuesday, precisely, staff from town planning, specifically in Obimbwa, Aba North and Aba South, and Osusioma, 4 LGAs, got to work and they were told not to come again. For Osusioma, they did not outrightly tell them, they just withdrew the register. So they are confused. Have we been sacked? Or what's our fate? So the workers did reach out to us to know what their fate is, and I did promise that I will ask. So town planning staff of Obingwa, Aba North, South, Osusioma, have they been sacked?
The final question. The radio, the final question, please.
Good evening, Your Excellency. My name is Ezechuku Adimon. I report for the Broadcasting Corporation of Abia, BCA. Your Excellency, precisely on the 11th of July, Supreme Court of Nigeria granted financial autonomy to the 774 local government areas in Nigeria. Sir, since then, the political atmosphere has been tensed. Here in Abia State, we belong to different media platforms, social media, and very, very tense. Many have started campaigning. Sir, are there plans to conduct local government election in Abia State? Soonest.
Okay, now over to Your Excellency for your response.
All right, thank you very much. All right, thank you very much. Let me start with Ezechukwu's question. Local government autonomy. Yes, I'm aware of the Supreme Court pronouncement. And your question, are there plans to conduct local government election? There are government plans to conduct local government election. And I said that even before now. So, the timetable is not yet out. We also believe that a few things needed to be changed in the law. So, in the next few days, we will be approaching the House of Assembly to change a few things and make the conduct of the elections as seamless as possible. Anastasia, thank you for your question about town planning staff. You know, you were one of Abasa, and you said you Sisioma. I am not too vast on that, but I'll tell you what I know. The Town Planning Authority apparently has a lot of people who were on contract, who were not permanent staff. And we believe that some of those were just done as political patronage. And what we are doing is to rationalize that there are a few of them who have the required skills, the required experience and certification. And we are trying to absorb them. The rest of them, I think there are the rest of them that are surplus to requirements have been paid off. Okay, they are not permanent employees of the government. They are not civil servants. But they were engaged before now. We manage with them, but we really don't have any jobs for them. Then Imeremba, you have a question about the Commissioner for Health. Former Commissioner for Health, because she's resigned. Yes, her resignation has been received and has been accepted before she resigned. The committee that was set up turned in its report. Going through the report, there was no financial impropriety established, but there were conducts that were not consistent with laid down policies and procedures. And since she offered to resign, the government decided to accept her resignation. So I want to repeat that money was not stolen, money was not mismanaged, but then there were procedures that were abused. And we didn't think that that was enough for more than a reprimand of caution or warning. She chose to throw in the towel, and the government decided to accept her resignation. Thank you.
Okay, next in line is the TV now. So, we want you to identify yourself and tell us the platform you represent. Okay, let's start with you.
Good evening, Your Excellency. My name is Emmanuel Manzwe. I'm the Bureau Chief for Afia TV in Abia State. What I want to present to you is not a question, but a sincere appeal. I come from Umozu Mona Subewisi Lamba North Local Government area of Abia State. And there in Umozu there is a very important road that has been neglected for over 30 years now. And that road is called Obulubu Mbausi Road. If it were only bad, we would have been managing it also for the whole of 30 years. But it has consumed lives. Vehicles, in fact, have been driven into that particular, in fact, the gully erosion. The gully is on two sides that it has now cut off the people in that community from the rest. That road connects Umozu with Mbausi. And as I talk to you, it is impassable. So I am bringing it to your notice, Your Excellency, that the Umozu people will be remembered when you pass by your people. Thank you very much.
All right, still from the television. Okay, the lady King.
Good evening, Your Excellency, sir. My name is Grace Dorcas Vinikachi, reporting for Rapid TV. Your Excellency, sir, recently, a former Commissioner for Finance, Mr. Obinna Oriako, raised some concerns about the transparency of your administration. He went further to highlight that a commissioner in your cabinet was forced to resign for asking some questions. Sir, I'd like to know your reaction to this. And also there is speculations making rounds that the current mayors are going to be appointed as executive chairman of various local government. So I would also like you to react to this speculation, sir. Thank you.
All right, please, going forward, just maintain with one question at a time. Let's be kind. The next person, please.
Good evening, Your Excellency. My name is Chinwe Ugili. I work with News Central TV. Your Excellency, some time ago, the Abia State government acquired some lands in Ohia and allocated the property to some citizens, about 600 of them. Your Excellency, as I speak to you now, the community has moved in to reclaim their land. On Sunday, they started bulldozing the structures that people already erected in that place. That estate is called Unity Estate in Ohia. Your Excellency, what are you going to do to ensure that people who already have allocations in this estate do not lose their money? Thank you, Your Excellency.
Okay, thank you so much. Your Excellency, before you respond to their questions, I want to align my own question with the slots given to the TV. So my question is about agriculture. there is no gainsaying the fact that there is hunger in the land. As far as Nigeria is concerned, we can't gainsay that fact. Now, I want to ask her, what are your plans, your revolutionary plans, to see that Abians feed better, at least to make a mark in the area of agriculture, so that when Abia is mentioned in the Committee of States, they will quickly recognize your efforts in that sector? That's my question, sir.
All right. Are we together? So let me start. Coordinator, moderator, Vivian, and our vision is spot on agriculture. In my introductory remarks, I talked about agriculture, and we know that we are blessed with the right to vegetation for agriculture, and we are actually a state that used to contribute significantly to feeding the nation right from the Michael Opera days. And our plan is for this to be returned in a more modern manner. So right now, we almost through with all our engagements. One of the things we are doing is retrieving the old farm settlements. We are also concessioning the palm plantations we have scattered all over the state. And some of the challenges that we have had with some of the plantations, and there's no need naming them one after the other. There are rubber plantations, there are palm plantations, and the black is that some of them were concessioned by previous governments for a very long period of time, and contracts were entered into. Some of them we have engaged because a lot of them have underutilized those settlements and those plantations. Some of them have returned the plantations back to government, and we are discussing on how to compensate them so that we can use them optimally. But beyond that, not too long ago, we sponsored hundreds of our people to CSS farms in Nasarawa, close to Abuja, where they were trained on modern methods of farming. When you talk about palm plantations, if you have to rely on those old palm trees, minimum yield, and then very long turnaround time. The direction the world is going, Malaysia, Indonesia, who are today occupying a pride of place in palm oil and palm kernel, everything about palm business, have faster and better yielding species. So we are looking at a holistic solution. And while our people are trained and giving support. We also want to bring in the big time farmers, the mechanized farmers. I don't want to begin to name names, but by the time we sign papers, it will be made public, and you will be very happy with the kind of people that we are discussing with. We don't want our place to be used as guinea pigs. If somebody has done it well before us, we are like Edo. And I'm sure you know what Edo has done in the last 8 years with palm. So it's better you just go and copy what they have done. I'm not afraid of copying the right thing instead of reinventing the wheel. So I want to reassure you, even rice, land in Bende, parts of Owerenta, and other parts of the state have been confirmed to be ready for rice cultivation at commercial level. So I want to reassure you that we are working on it, and you will be happy with the results that is going to be coming out from us. Chinwe Ugele, I'm surprised to hear about this Unity Estate and the encroachment and all the things you said is happening there. I'm happy the Honorable Commissioner for Land and Housing is seated here, and he takes the assignment right away to get into your hand and ensure that the right thing is done. We do not tolerate lawlessness, and no one should have the right to go and pull down a building. Even if there is a dispute, there are channels to resolve disputes. People are not allowed to take the law into their hands. I believe that the Honorable Commissioner may have gotten this report and may be on it. That is new to me, and I'm just hearing about it for the first time. Thank you for bringing it up. We will get on to it very quickly. Onikachi, you asked a question about, first of all, the current mayors being appointed as executive chairman. The mayors have already been appointed, and they are functioning as executive chairman. So any other thing that will happen would be an election. An election is different from an appointment. So it's not possible for anybody to be appointed an executive chairman because it will be by election. And we are not there yet, so we can't even begin to talk about who will be elected, not appointed, and who will not be. So I want to reassure you that we will do the right thing, and the rumor you had, just rumor, is wrong. Then you refer to Obin Oriako, former commissioner for finance. It's unfortunate that I'm unable to speak about Obin Oriako for the simple reason that Obin Oriako was my staff. Not just my staff. I employed him, I believe that was in 2007 or 2008, on the recommendation of a few people that were close to me. So I interviewed him and hired him. So to that extent, and he worked with me up to 2011 when I left First Bank. So I don't think it's appropriate for me to be responding
to what Obina Oriak is saying. So, if you don't mind, that is my policy. I can't be discussing my stuff. But I can assure you that there is no financial impropriety in the Science and Technology Ministry, and that the former commissioner chose to resign is normal. When you are appointed, you have an option to either do the work, and when you are tired, you can always resign. So I don't think we should split hair over a commissioner resigning. I said here at our last encounter that nobody had a permanent job, not even me, that are doing the appointing. So I don't think it's something we should be splitting hair over. Emmanuel, yours is an appeal, and you appeal about Umusu Mbosi Road erosion. I have taken note of it, and the Honorable Commissioner for Works is also here. So let me give him the assignment right away that he should go and have a look, and let us see what we can do to save the 30-year-old problem. It's not just in Umusu and Mbosi. There are also other places that have decades of problems that will take one after the other. But thank you for bringing this to our attention, and we'll take it on board. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, it is still Governor Alex Otti speaks to Abians, the monthly media interaction. Do not quickly forget that this interaction is live on BCA 88.1 FM, Flow 94.9 FM, Family Love 99.9 FM, Magic 102.9 FM, Enyimba 94.3 FM, Vision Africa 104.1 FM, and RIG 99.1 FM.
Also on Son FM 91.3 Ibere, Son FM 91.9 Aba, Zip 96.3 FM, Speed 95.3 FM, and Rapid 9 FM.
Okay, up next now is online, and we have Promise Uzoma Okoro.
Good evening, Excellency. My name is Promise Uzoma Okoro, PUO. Excellency, before I ask my question, I have a few observations. One observation, not few. When I walked into this chamber, I noticed that there were some protocol staff that I'm not seeing, that I usually see. And I tried to make some journalistic investigation. I was told that the chief of protocol, let me say allegedly, or to you confirm, has stopped them from performing their duties. I subsequently instructed that they do not enter into the government house, which is a public office. So I would like to know if you are aware of that development. Then my question is on the Osisioma Ekakbara Road. There have been a lot of cries even from the community. When we thought that road, we also observed that the contractor only heard that we were coming to turn the road. He went and brought one tipper of sand and poured on the road so that we can capture him that is working. There have been allegations, there have been accusations. I want to know if that contract is still on and if the contractor or was fully mobilized, or if he or she has not been mobilized. Thank you, sir.
All right, the next question from, okay, Emenike Webo, AF News, please.
Your Excellency, good evening. Your Excellency, it's no longer news. I'm fully aware of the protest that held in other parts of the country. Fortunately, here in Southeast, that protest did not hold. And you have appreciated Abians for heeding to your advice. But I want to ask, during this process, the federal government have been making statements. They have been alluding to the fact that they have distributed 570 billion to state governments. So, Your Excellency, I'm asking, our share of the 570 billion, are there projects that you have put them in so that we can go search for them and make sure that our own share is on ground, or should we go to Abuja to go and look for it?
Okay, who's next? Okay.
Good evening, His Excellency. My name remains Ifani Okale, ABN TV and radio. His Excellency, I just want to ask this simple question. Did Abia State benefit from the 20 trucks of rice recently distributed by the federal government of Nigeria? This will want to.
All right, thank you very much. If I locally 20 trucks of France, at least there are 36 states. So, I mean that even if it's shared equally, no state will get one truck of rice. But there have been tips. I cannot speak specifically to these 20 trucks of rice. But anything that is given to Abia is received, and the sharing, like I reported here, is done mostly to the most vulnerable in all our wards and local governments. You may also be aware that at some point this year, we decided to extend it to the lower ranks of the civil service. And I believe civil servants from grade level 1, I believe, to 6 or 7 received these packages. People like you and I can at least, where I made the comment I made earlier, I believe that the right thing is that these little packages should go to those who need it most, the poorest of the poor. Even when you do that, you find that the quantities are not that much. They are not that much. On our own, we believe that the best palliative is to support you in your business and support you in your farming, in your trading, and that is why not too long ago this government distributed 1 billion naira interest-free revolving loan to 10,000 nano businesses. And
we believe that that money is just like giving you palliative too. Because if you got 100,000 and you were asked to go to the bank to borrow it, first of all, you must have collateral and you must pay interest. At minimum rate discount rate of close to 27%, 26.75%. I know that banks will be looking at about 40% interest rate. So on 100,000 at the end of every year, you pay 40,000 plus whatever you have deposited with the bank. Sometimes when you don't have anything to deposit, you may be asked to bring your mother and your father. So that's how I would respond to that. Eminently rate 570 billion. And you are asking if where our share is. First of all, I'd like to explain that this 570 billion is not a free gift. It's actually a loan. And there is something called performance for result under the NG Cares. I think it's NG Cares, right? NG Cares program. And that has to do with the COVID-19. So monies are first and foremost disbursed by the governments, by the state governments. I think the 570 billion speak to the wave 3 of NG Cares. So before our administration, there were waves 1 and 2. And wave 4 is just starting. So how it works is that you are expected to disburse funds under conditional fund money transfer, FADAMA, and things like that. When you have disbursed, then the World Bank would check your records and confirm that you indeed actually did those disbursements. And thereafter, a reimbursement is made. And the reimbursement is made through the federal government. So the money does not belong to the federal government, it is just a vehicle through which disbursement happens. So anyone who is giving you the impression that the federal government disbursed 570 billion to states, the person is misrepresenting the facts. So what I've told you now is the fact. So if we got any money, the money we got is because we have performed, and the World Bank has certified that we performed. It's a loan, and it is, you have to move first before the World Bank now reimburses you. I hope that clarifies the issue. And then PUO. I'm surprised you are talking on protocol staff. People are dissipating energy talking about staff that are hired. If I hire staff and you are not doing what I expect you to do, I will disengage you. And that is the way it is. When I give you a job, I give you a job description and I tell you what is expected of you. If you do not do what is expected of you, you know that you are going to be disengaged. So I don't know who you were expected to see. If you are not seeing them, you can call them and find out where they are. So the chief protocol officer does not have a right to hire, neither does he have a right to fire. So the process is such that once you are hired to do a job, you are expected to do it. If you do not do it, then the next thing is that you are fired. So I know that is the way you run your own organization too. So don't, because this is government, now hold us to ransom. But I'm sure it's not a lady that you are not seeing. If it is, I'm sure I will direct the protocol, head of protocol, to furnish you with that number. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Okay, we now move straight on to the SMS. No, we can't take that because we can't take that, please. So now, Your Excellency, we have some questions from our listeners and viewers at home. First is from Felix Mobilo. He says, please, sir, I appreciate you for the WIT award you approved for civil servants. Though the 3 months might be short, but we are still grateful. Please, sir, can anything be done to digitize the administrative department of various ministries? It will help to facilitate smooth running of civil service structure. Another one from Emmanuel Wampo from Arochu. He says, please, what is the fate of Abia youths with fintech? My colleague, I will take it.
Right, this one is from Azu, all the way from Ben. His Excellency is about level party leadership. Since the inauguration of this government, a lot of them have been complaining and want to know if you have another, and if not, wants to know the government plans, especially around world leaders. That was from Azu, all the way from Ben. His Excellency, I want to draw your attention to road and art back of Ojuko Bonga, which the contractor abandoned after award by CBN. Please help us to do something on this. This road leads to CBN quarters. Good luck. And then the next one, before I hand over to my colleague, Your Excellency, please, I am reporting from Russia. Please, my question is, how far? I am reporting from Russia. How far has the government gone with the construction of Abia Seaport? I am 100% interested in it.
Okay, this one is from Joshua Shukuma, actually. He says he's watching live from Trans-Ekulu State, and he is a native of Umuchiese. He says, Your Excellency, I celebrate you always here in Coal City, and also thank you for restoring peace in Chiese cattle markets. May God continue to strengthen you. I also appeal to you to put Umuchiese's social infrastructure in your agenda. Let us feel that we are part of Greater Abians under your watch, sir. Thanks and God bless you. This one says, Your Excellency, I appeal to you to look into this road from Umojima Junction to Umudiara roundabout. It was awarded by the last administration, and the project was given to Tunnel N Investment, which they abandoned after scrapping off the sand. So we live in that on that road, and we are suffering greatly. We're using this opportunity to appeal to your conscience. I think these are all the SMS we have.
Okay. Thank you. I think I missed out the question from PU.
Yes, sir. Excellency,
right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Interestingly, just yesterday, somebody called me from there to also make the same complaint, and I've already asked the commissioner for works to summon the contractor so that we can find out what the problem is with it. So in another few days, the contractor will be meeting with it so that I know what his issues are. But everything that we need to do as a government, we have done. Now going to the questions, you went so fast, so if I missed out anyone, you will call my attention. Felix Mobilo on Wage Award, want to thank him for thanking us. We are now at that point where we want to digitalize or digitize government business, not just the admin like it was suggested, but everything about government. And I can see a gray-haired man opposite me. Some of you may know him. He's Gerard Igwe. He's the Chief Information Officer that we hired not too long ago. Gerard, please, you want to take a bow? You people clap at one. So digitalization of the government, e-governance, is one of the major things he needs to repeat here. He had done it for Kaduna State. He was the brain behind Galaxy Backbone, for those of you who know a little bit about technology. So we are honored to have him come here to assist us. So the patient just came at the appropriate time when I noticed him here. So you may feel free to engage with him to understand what we want to do with digital technology and having to do away with files and have things move in a secure manner electronically. His question is about everything we are doing is about the youth. It's about the future, it's about our people. And even when we talk about youth and sports, it's all about youth. So I don't think we need to overemphasize that. Zoom from Belgium talked about the Labour Party, and Labour Party is intact. There may be issues both at the center and in a few other locations, but in Abia, all is well, and we believe that if there are concerns in different places, the leadership of the party should be able to deal with them. You know, whenever you have one or two people gathered together, there are bound to be disagreements. So that is nothing that would occupy space. The other question is about the road at the back of Ojukwu. I don't know anything about that road. So the Honorable Commissioner, please take notes. It does appear the gentleman was talking about the road being abandoned. So let's have a look at it. A lot of roads we abandoned anyway, and there's only so much we can do within 14 months. But given time, I believe we'll touch most places. The gentleman from Russia is interested in the seaports. And I would want that he engages. We are already discussing a lot of reviews and studies are going on, and then the preferred contractor is also arranging funding. So I wouldn't know what area he's interested in. If he has the money from Russia, we would start the discussion with the Chinese government and then open up discussions with them in Russia. You know, anything can happen in Russia. So if we had more details, did he leave anything? Did he leave his email address or his... Okay, please, if you have his email address or his number, please share with Ferdinand or any of the team members. Joshua from Enugu, thank you for your comments about the peace that was restored in Umuchi. You are talking of infrastructure. We already have infrastructural activities going on there. I know that the mayor is doing a lot in the area, and we are also in the process of setting up an estate where a lot of the people that were displaced from the cattle market will be relocated. The final question that I noted here is about the Umojima Junction. Said the road was abandoned by tunnel land, and I hope the commissioner is taking note. Please let us know why the road was abandoned and if there's anything we can do to get the contractor to come back to site or to re-award the contract. So far, so good. I don't know if I'm missing any question.
Not at all, sir. Okay, distinguished colleagues, we're gradually coming to wrap-up time on the program this evening, but not without Your Excellency giving attention to this very important SMS from Chikiti from Alai Bende, local government. He says, Crane Bob has shown seriousness, but the contractor that is contracting from where Crane Bob stops isn't showing any form of seriousness. Hence the need for government to visit that part of the road. He's talking about the Umahia on Half-Year Road. He says the size of the gutter is small and the old asphalt on the road was scrapped off and sold by the contractor, leaving the surface unattended to, which affects vehicular movement. He says if you are a man who believes in quality, there is need for you to visit the sign and change the narrative. That's from Chikiti Alain Bente.
All right, so with that note, I'm happy that he's happy with one of the contractors. So after Crane, the next is Ferrotex, right? Yes. Okay, so please, Honorable Commissioner, can you engage a little to show that the right thing is being done? That we have engineers that monitor progress of work in all those locations, so it would be strange that something is wrong there. Sometimes also when work is going on, you will not appreciate what is going in and what is coming out until the final product. So I know there was a time I got bombarded of drainage around the Akara Junction. By the time I sent the commissioner there, he returned a verdict that actually what the contractor was doing was what he was supposed to be doing. So while we will not ignore these complaints, sometimes they come in too early when the contractor has not finished what he's supposed to be doing. But we have competent engineers that actually do stop them when we feel they are not doing what we agreed. So, Honorable Commissioner, please take that on board and come back to me what is happening there. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me once again thank you for this opportunity to address you and take your questions. Gentlemen of the press, I'd like to also thank you for the active participation. Engagements like this make the